NFL Week 10 power ranking. So coming in at number 32, I have the Houston Texans. So the Texans surprised a lot of people with their first half performance versus the Eagles on Thursday Night Football, but we all know what happened in the end. They lost like we all expected them to. At number 31, I have the Carolina Panthers. They got absolutely demolished by the Bengals this week. At number 30, I have the Las Vegas Raiders. So they blew a 17-point lead versus the Jaguars and ended up losing that one. Yikes. At number 29, I have the Steelers. They were on a bye. At number 28, I have the Indianapolis Colts. So the Colts have just given up on trying to bring in veteran quarterbacks to lead this team on a playoff run. It just hasn't worked, from Phillip Rivers to Carson Wentz to Matt Ryan. They're in full tank mode now after getting rid of Frank Reich and bringing in Jeff Saturday as a head coach who has not coached at the collegiate or NFL level before. Yes, he's just the interim head coach, but we know what they're doing. They're in full-on tank mode, and they're like, all right, we got to get our franchise quarterback in this draft. At number 27, I have the Jacksonville Jaguars, a nice comeback win for them versus the Raiders. It was their first win since week 3, and this type of comeback win could be a spark for this team for the next few weeks. At number 26, I have the Green Bay Packers. It is simply a disaster in Green Bay. They have lost 5 in a row and could only put up 9 points versus the Lions defense that has really struggled this year. At number 25, I have the Detroit Lions, a huge win for the Lions versus the Packers. This defense really took a step in the right direction, picking off Aaron Rodgers 3 times in this one. At number 24, I have the Denver Broncos. They were on a bye. At number 23, I have the Cleveland Browns. They too were on a bye. At number 22, I have the New Orleans Saints. So the Saints got lucky and actually ended up moving up a spot, even though they lost because a bunch of teams were on a bye. But this offense was just so bad on Monday Night Football versus the Ravens. They could not put any drives together. The only drive they could put together that was like actually a real nice drive was that 2-minute drill before half, but even that only resulted in a field goal. At number 21, I have the Chicago Bears. The Bears almost pulled off the upset versus the Dolphins. I really think the refs screwed the Bears in this one. I really thought that was defensive pass interference there on Claypool on that final Bears drive. It should have been a first down for the Bears. Brutal, but I'll say this. I said it last week. I'll say it again. Justin Fields is getting better and better every single week. At number 20, I have the Arizona Cardinals. Every time in the second half of this game that the offense got the team back into it, the Seahawks offense just marched down the field for a long touchdown drive. The Cardinals defense had absolutely no answer for them. At number 19, I have the Atlanta Falcons. So of course, the Falcons would force a fumble in the final seconds of this game, return the fumble, pick up the fumble and return it towards midfield, then drop the ball. It wasn't even like punched out. It was just kind of dropped on the floor and then picked up by the other team. And that's how the Chargers won the game. They recovered their own fumble, marched back down the field to get into field goal range, and hit a game-winning field goal with no time left. At number 18, I have the Los Angeles Rams. So it seemed like whoever lost this Rams-Bucks game was going to have a really bad outlook for the rest of the season. And yeah, after that Rams loss, their future is not looking too bright for the rest of this year. At number 17, I have the Washington Commanders. So yes, they lost to the Vikings, and it was a heartbreaking loss. It was a last-second loss. But I know there's no moral victories in the NFL, but there's a lot of positives to take away from this game for Washington, and I'm really still impressed with the way they've turned around their season after a really rough start. At number 16, I have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tom is back, guys. That was vintage Tom. That outstanding last-second game-winning drive, that's going to spark this team. I'm telling you guys, that's going to spark this team. They're going on a run. They're back atop that division, tied for first. Watch out, guys. The Bucs are back. At number 15, I have the San Francisco 49ers. I'm sorry, 49ers fans, that I had to move you guys down during your bye week. So many spots. Just so many other teams pulled off big upsets this week. But if you guys win next week, I'll move you guys right back up near that top 10. Okay? Cool. At number 14, I have the New England Patriots. This defense went crazy in their win versus the Colts. They sacked Sam Ehlinger 9 times. At number 13, I have the Los Angeles Chargers. Just like sigh. Just like, ugh. Yes, they won, but oh my gosh, it's never easy with this team. It's never pretty. It's never just okay. It's always just like, oh my gosh, you almost out-choked the Falcons when they were already choking. The Chargers are, I don't know. I don't know with the Chargers. I don't know with them. At number 12, I have the Cincinnati Bengals, a much-needed dominant win for them versus the Panthers after a rough game last week versus the Browns. And if you had to go up versus Joe Mixon in fantasy like I did, I am sorry. I feel your pain. At number 11, I have the Tennessee Titans. I think everyone was really impressed that this team went to overtime versus the Chiefs. Yes, they lost, but no one expected this game to be that competitive. I mean, the spread was 14 points. Mike Vrabel and this defense deserve a ton of credit. Yes, Malik didn't have a crazy game, an outstanding game, anything like that, but he definitely showed me that he has the tools to be a good starting quarterback in this league. I think he just needs some more time to develop. At number 10, I have the New York Giants, and yes, I'm a New York Giants fan, and I'm sorry I had to move you guys down one spot while you were on a bye. At number 9, I have the New York Jets. What a massive win for them versus the Bills. Upset of the week right here. I just love that they were able to pull off this upset. I'm in New York, just so you guys know. So like the vibes were insane. Like I had my window open a crack and I could hear everyone going crazy at the bars when they won this game and whenever big plays were happening in this game. It's just so cool that New York football is back right now. Sauce is already a lockdown corner in this league. This defense was going crazy in this game, and I actually wanted to move the Jets up higher on this list, but the teams that we have coming up right here also won, so I didn't want to move these teams down after a win. You know what I'm saying? At number 8, I have the Seattle Seahawks. This Seattle Seahawks offense just continues to roll. The combo of Geno Smith and Kenneth Walker was too much for this Cardinals defense to stop. At number 7, I have the Miami Dolphins. Tua stays undefeated in games he completes. This offense, yes, it had a good game. It had a really good game, but this defense, oh my gosh, this defense just continues to struggle. At number 6, I have the Baltimore Ravens. So the Ravens defense played one of their best games of the year versus Saints last night on Monday Night Football. And that's really encouraging considering we all know how many leads this team has lost late in games because of their defense. At number 5, I have the Dallas Cowboys. They were on a bye. At number 4, I have the Minnesota Vikings. Another week, another Vikings win. Yes, this one came down to the final seconds. Literally the final second, they hit a game-winning field goal. But the Vikings are sitting very comfy atop the NFC North. Like, very comfy. They're the only team with a winning record in that division. No one else even has a 500 record, so they're very cozy up there. At number 3, I have the Buffalo Bills. So Josh Allen has been throwing a good amount of interceptions recently, and it's becoming a little concerning, especially after this loss versus the Jets, where this Jets defense was really getting to him and having him make poor decisions. But obviously the most concerning thing right now is Josh Allen's elbow. At the time I'm recording this, there is no new news about his elbow. We don't know what the injury exactly is, and we don't know if he's going to miss any games, but hopefully he will be fine to play this week. At number 2, I have the Kansas City Chiefs. In case you guys forgot, Patrick Mahomes is just unreal. He's definitely an MVP candidate again this season. He just put the team on his back and led them to that overtime victory. And at number 1, I have the Philadelphia Eagles. Another win for them to keep their title as the only undefeated team in the league. I want to know your guys' top 5 teams in the league right now. Let me know in the comments down below. Appreciate you guys watching. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe. We're almost at 30,000 subs. Appreciate you all watching till the end. Peace.